It's a vibe. Guys, do you see shoulder pads are back? It's a vibe. Hey guys, what's up? It's Tay of Taylor Marie Tarot, an intuitive tarot and psychic medium. And today we're gonna do a Q&A. So I posted a question sticker on Instagram. You guys asked me some questions and we're just gonna get right into this. Okay, so got my phone. I pulled them up. Let's see. Just start with the first one. When did you first realize you were intuitive? Okay, so I pretty much came out of the womb screaming I was a witch. My family, who was very Catholic, did not appreciate it, but it is what it is. When I was a little girl, I only got books from the Halloween section at the library. I was always at the metaphysical shop with my mom getting like incense and like burning candles and all that good stuff. I made like little potions when I was a little girl. I had an imaginary friend, which now looking back, I do not think he was imaginary. He was there. And then I kind of like grew up, I grew out of it. It was okay. And then I got my first tarot deck when I was 23, and that kind of just opened me back up to this whole world of being intuitive, and I just dove deep into it, and now here we are. Anyone learn to be psychic? Okay, one, yes, and two, I just made a video on this from this question, so watch out for that. It's tips and tricks on how to realize you're psychic and how to develop that psychic muscle. What is your job as an engineer? What do you do for a job? So I got my undergrad degree in electrical engineering with a minor in mathematics, nerd life, and I've had a bunch of different internships through college. I worked for NASA, I worked at a nuclear plant. When I graduated college, I worked for a company that made cables that went into the black boxes of tanks and planes for the military. And then my last job I had was a component engineer, and it was a little more technical what it was supposed to be. I started it right when the whole world changed, and working from home just wasn't my jive. Engineering wasn't my jive right now, and I actually quit a month ago to do this full time, so here we are. You're feeling drained from readings, how do you recharge? It's so funny because I've never been drained from a reading before, except for the girls reading who asked me this question. So yeah, I normally don't get drained from readings too much because I like to set up boundaries, but I do only like to do so many readings in a day because I don't want to overwork my connection to the other side. I also get very drained from funerals. Funerals mess me up for quite some time. There's just something, even if I have all the boundaries in the world, after a funeral, I'm kind of a mess for like at least a week. It's very strange. I think maybe just because there's so much sad energy in a funeral and I'm not used to that all the time and going to funerals all the time, so it's just like a shock on my connection to the other side. And yeah, just letting myself feel emotions and being okay with feeling emotions, because I come from a family that does not feel emotions, and so I'm kind of like the weird person for always crying. I have intense emotions on both sides of the spectrum. When I'm super sad and when I'm super happy, I like to cry. Also when I'm angry, I cry. Crying just, I've just accepted that it's a normal part of my emotions, and yeah, just going with it and being okay with being emotional, even though it's very frowned upon for some reason. But I just process it, and the quicker I process it, the quicker I can go on to the next thing, instead of just keeping it all deep inside, because I do not have room for that now. It's like I don't have room for buildup. I don't have room to think about something for days. I want to process it right then and there, and then I'm moving on from it. So favorite tarot card? It would have to be the King of Cups, because every time I get the King of Cups, like something divine happens. Like it's like my card that whoever's up there is like, okay, we're here and we're about to do something big. So keep your eyes open. Definitely King of Cups. When did you realize you were psychic? When I first got my tarot deck, strange things just started happening. And I didn't really put two and two together, which is so strange to think of, but I didn't go into learning tarot as, oh, I want to be psychic, I want to do predictions. It was just like, I want to learn something new. Tarot is interesting. I'm interested in that whole realm, and let's learn. I love to learn. And yeah, so then I started doing tarot and things just like started popping off, and I had no idea what it meant, but here we are. What's your fave psychic win? Okay, so story time. I don't think my best friend's gonna get mad that I say this, but okay. 2 summers ago, not this previous one, but the one before that, I was meditating and I just got this download that my best friend was pregnant, and she had kind of been like avoiding me, but not in a way that I would have thought something was up. And so I called her and I was like, dude, like, you're pregnant and you weren't gonna tell me you were pregnant? And she was like, what are you talking about? And that was like the first big lesson also that I had on self-awareness, that people don't know things you know, even if it's about them. Like, so I'm like, okay, babe, you're pregnant. Like, can you go take a test? And she was like, huh, okay. So 3 days later, she took a test. She was very apprehensive to the whole situation. She was pregnant and truly believed that somehow, some way, they're like, we need to send her a message so she takes a test so she can start, you know, changing her lifestyle because she was pregnant and she didn't know. And yeah, so that is like my favorite psychic win. He is a Pisces, the baby that was born. I love, 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 love him. And yeah, that will forever be my favorite psychic win. Do you remember your first time reading tarot? Okay, so 3 years ago, I got a tarot deck. And the whole reason I got it was because I was having foot surgery and I was gonna be stuck in bed for 3 months. So I was just trying to learn something that I could do in bed because I hate watching TV. So like 2 months prior to that, I'm like, okay, I'll get a tarot deck. Sounds awesome, let's learn it, great. So I get this deck and I start pulling the 3 of Swords. Again and again, day in, day out. And I'm like, okay, it's strange, right? I know it's a heartbreak card, but I have no idea how to put that into my life. And then I'm getting the 7 Swords here or there. If you're a card reader, you already know what happened. Okay. So out of nowhere, I was like blindsided that the guy I was seeing at the time was cheating on me. And it was wild. And then from there, I just like kind of got like hooked. I was like, okay, like this deck has been telling me for like a month what was up. I had no idea what was up. I kind of knew what was up, but as a woman, you just like know certain things. But then society's like, you're crazy if you do things like go through someone's phone. So I didn't do that. If I would have done that, would have saved me a whole lot of mess, right? It's fine, it's fine. Yeah, so that happened and then I haven't looked back since. Do you have psychic dreams? I do have psychic dreams. I have a post on Instagram actually of like my most recent psychic dream, and pretty much my only psychic dream. Sometimes I get like small ones, but this was a pretty big one about a family member passing away, and now my whole family knows. Well, they knew I was psychic before, but I don't know if they believed me, but like now they're like, oh yeah, she's psychic. So yes, I do have psychic dreams. Have you ever manifested anything before? Oh my gosh, girlfriend, I manifest so many things. I manifested this place I'm staying. Okay, so this is my most recent manifestation, which is so freaking strange. So I'm working from home now. Well, I was before, but now I'm really working from home and I'm doing my video at home and I'm editing at home and like I'm in my room way too much. It's driving me insane. So I keep looking at Airbnbs to stay somewhere and maybe film a little bit. And like my one key is that it has to have an aesthetic and it has to have a white kitchen. There's just something about like a white farmhouse kitchen that I adore, love. It's just a great time. Looking at Airbnbs, but because I don't have a job, I don't really want to spend the money on like a staycation, right? It's like I can't even go anywhere. I can't travel. And I really don't want to like spend the money to stay like in an apartment like downtown Cleveland. Like I'm just like, hey, just suck it up. Just like stay home, whatever. Kind of put it out of your mind. So I went to my cousin's house. This is her house. Like 2 weeks ago, I was like, I have to get out of the house. Can I work at your house? Because she owns an online boutique. She works from home a lot of the times. And so I was like, can I come over? Let's like just hang out for the day, maybe go to the gym together. Okay, cool, great, wonderful. So I was leaving and I'm like, okay, can we do this again next week? And she was like, sure. But next week I'm going to Sedona. And I'm like, oh, okay, like have so much fun. So later that night she texted me and she was like, hey babe, like, do you want to stay in my house while I'm gone? I know that you're having like a hard time being at home all the time and working from home and living in your room. And I was like, yes, I am there. And it's crazy because all family members watching this, I love you guys, but I think my cousin whose house I'm at is like the only house that is like an aesthetic, you know, like it's just that aesthetic that millennial girls in their 20s just really appreciate. So I was like, yes, please, can I film there? Do you care? She's like, no. I'm like, great, I'm there, taking care of 5 cats. They're all nice except the one brother. He's got an attitude problem, but it's okay. So yes, that is my most recent manifestation. And just like, no, manifestations come in all different shapes and forms, sizes. Don't ever get stuck on how the manifestation is gonna come to you, and kind of just let it go, and then it'll show up. Do you do candle magic? I do candle magic. It's my fave, it's my jam. I'm gonna do a video on candle magic, and that's also a big way of how I manifest things. I've manifested a lot of boys that way. I'm too good at manifesting boys. I know you could be like, Taylor, how is that a problem? It just is for me because I don't really think I want any of that right now. I'm very focused on building my empire and my career, and I'm just vibing with it right now. So yeah, if you want to manifest a boy though, I got you, How old were you when you started practicing tarot? So I was in college 3 years ago, 23. 23 when I started practicing tarot. Do you have any plans for your next vacation in Germany? That's for my cousin. I don't, but I'm hoping when a certain someone gets engaged, I'll be able to go to that wedding and visit you guys. Are you even allowed to go to Germany right now? I don't know. Anyways, love and miss you all, Germany family. Let's see, what else? Does religion play into your life? Oh no, it goes, how does religion play into your life? Okay, so I was raised Catholic, and like, it was kind of like a for show Catholic. I'm sorry, family, don't get mad at me. Actually, I'm not sorry. So it was just like, it's what we did because we were Italian, but church was never a big part of my life. Going to church on Sundays wasn't a big part of my family's life. And so I'm lucky that like the religion wasn't pushed down my throat. It was more so they wanted me to go to private school, so you just did what you did when you went to private school. I never made my confirmation, and I never really thought much of it. I was just like, wow, these people believe in this thing. I wish I could believe in this, but I can't because I have such an analytical, logical mind. I was like, this just doesn't make sense. Some rules you have to follow, some rules you don't have to follow. Like for example, a family member was like, don't ever read like my tarot cards because Jesus in the Bible says don't do that, which I respect, but my response was, well, Jesus in the Bible also said not to have sex outside of marriage, and that's definitely something you partake in. And he had nothing to say to that because point blank period, yeah, right? So like, you just pick and choose rules that you want to follow. I just don't understand it. Like, spiritual has just made me so much more connected to people in general. It's like, be kind, open the doors for other people, and like respect other people's religion. That is one thing that spirituality has brought in. Like, I've never been discriminatory of people's religions, and I really could care less, to be honest. But now, like, because my connection with the other side is so great, I think it's beautiful that people can have any kind of connection with the other side, whether that's a religion or your own practice at home. It looks different for everyone. So can we just like all respect each other's own sacred practices? Like, let's just be nice. Let's be nice to each other. So that's just all about being kind. It's very strange. I know, it's very strange, very out there concept. Many people don't know. I'm like, okay. Why do you think people fear psychics? Well, one, like that whole thing that if you're super religious, that you're gonna go to that place that nobody wants to go to, which is like, it's just so like human, you know? The whole concept of it is so human, and I feel like that's insulting the creator. Like, I feel like the creator is not a human. You know, like, there is no like finite box that you go to if you do this, or box that you go to if you do that. So I'm going on a tangent, but yeah, people fear the unknown. People, I don't know, are closed-minded. I'm not really sure. I was getting, oh my God. I was getting dinner with a friend maybe 3 weeks ago, and I have my tarot cards on me 24/7. So I pulled my tarot cards out and we were going through the deck together, and the waitress comes up and she was just jokingly, she was like, oh, like, can you read my future? And he was like, well, like, I can't, but she can, like pointing to me. And she was like, oh my God, I was just kidding. Like, please don't tell me if I'm gonna die. I do not want to know if I'm gonna die. And I was just like, homegirl, I'm not gonna tell you anything. Like, don't worry. And if I did see that you were gonna die, which is not something that spirit shows me often, like, I would have the self-awareness to not tell anybody that, okay? Like, free will and your choice, and the choices you make daily are the most beautiful part of being a human, and there's no psychic that can tell you something and that it's gonna be set in stone. Like, a psychic girlfriend of mine, Tracy, love you, she explains it like this to her clients. She's like, your birthday and your death day are written in the stars, and everything else in between that is free will. Like, you choose. Anything can change at any moment of time. So, yeah, I don't know. And the girl was like so taken aback. She was like so awkward for the rest of the night. I'm like, it's okay. Like, I don't know. Just don't ask questions that you don't want answers to. Guys, well, I think that's all I'm gonna answer. I had a bunch more, but I don't want this video to be too long. So I hope you enjoyed this Q&A with Psychic Tay. Comment, like, subscribe for more videos, and yeah, until next time, bye. Don't know if I like this lighting or not. Save the turtles. That's it. Hey guys. Hey guys, what's up? It's Tay.